We are all aware of the number of corrupt cops roaming around the streets, but it only takes a great officer to come over and teach them a lesson. Just like this officer who knocked some sense into this tyrant who had arrested an innocent woman.
Alright, step out. Step, step, step. Steppy step.
The reason for the stop was when the woman later identified as Brittany gave a one-finger salute to Officer Patrick Akers when he was conducting a traffic stop. Officer Akers got offended by her behavior and decided to do this.
$35, $256. If it's possible, could you make my location? PD 2V6. Put me at the 1049 of Gardenia.
First 1049 Gardenia.
253 on duty stop.
That's correct.
Yes, he decided to conduct a traffic stop on Brittany just because of that. He followed her car until Brittany stopped her vehicle on the side of a street. In the past context, Officer Akers was known to be a woman abuser, and Brittany had been one of his victims.
35's on Gardenia.
That's correct.
Detail.
Correct.
So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails the single left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second to make contact with her.
What Officer Akers claims here is that Brittany flipped him off, meaning that she showed him her middle finger, mostly used as a sign of abuse. Officer Akers must have felt it insulting, but a police officer must have thicker skin.
How's it going? Officer Akers, New Braunfels Police Department. Okay.
I know who you are.
That's fine. Well, the reason why you being
over for flipping you off.
No, ma'am. The reason why
you are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything. Ran over here like a crazy person.
Okay. Well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and step out of the car. Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't let him.
Yeah. Would you mind, Henderson? Go ahead and detain her in cuffs.
No, because he's done illegal to me.
Okay. All right. We'll just continue the violence. You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
The encounter quickly escalated as Officer Akers was so eager to show his authority that he asked Brittany to step out of the car to be handcuffed. Brittany was already in so much fear and pressure, she requested the other officers on the scene not to let Officer Akers near her. Surprisingly, she was being charged for failure to change the lane.
Stay still. I'm sorry. You guys just know this is
You want me to transport, or you think better?
Danny can do it.
Danny, would you mind just transporting? You don't have to do anything else other than transport. I'll be there. PD 2B6.
Go ahead.
Can you go ahead and get me next rotational record? That female is in my custody. I believe it's going to be Brittany Trevino.
Good question. When in custody at 8:39.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but
I'm gonna turn this off.
In Texas, failing to signal a lane change is generally considered a traffic violation, not a criminal offense. But what happened with Brittany here was a violation of her rights.
You off?
yeah, she has a driver's license, but
Why are we arresting her for a traffic violation?
Well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car, didn't do nothing, she flicks me off.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she does that, she gets on the lane and fails the signal lane change. See?
I,
You guys, it's gonna be an issue?
Huh?
You think it's gonna be an issue?
Given your history, right?
Yeah.
So any other person you would write a ticket to, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to treat every interaction.
Okay.
So if you would normally write a ticket to this person for this, just because that in the past you've done this, this, and this, right? This is something that you would normally write a ticket for, then let's write a ticket for.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and release it?
Sergeant Scott, who arrived on the scene to observe the whole situation, seemed to understand what was going on. Looking at the desperate and visible fear in Brittany's eyes, he decided to teach a lesson to the ignorant cop.
So let's write the ticket and go about it that way.
Sounds good.
Because all you're going to do is give her more ammo. Right?
Yep.
So write the ticket, just fill it out.
Officer Akers was ordered to let Brittany go with just a citation because no possible law can justify the arrest of Brittany here.
Do you have an email address? What? L? Okay. What? That's it is. All right, Brittany L.
You don't make dinner best in it. Well, yours is pretty thin, right? What are they doing? You would think, I don't know, because I never tested it. I thought it was like, and they're like, you could stab right through it. And I'm like, what do you mean you can stab through it? You guys want me to wear this for bullets? Are you kidding me? What do you mean you can stab through it? I mean, I've never tried. They did tell me though that you can stab right through it.
Brittany was calmed by Sergeant Scott's decision. She must have felt that not all cops are the same. Some also always go by the law and stop those who make wrong arrests. She was given a citation by Officer Akers, who must be regretting his actions by now.
To finalize it, they don't think this makes sense. Alright. So, right here, Brittany, this is going to be your citation. You received on the court. The court date is 9/27/23. Address and phone number for the court right here. This is a QR code to check it online if you didn't know that. Here's more options down here about taking care of it online. Okay? So, you're good to go. So I understand that you flicked the officer off. That's not. So my question was, did you flick the officer off?
It all didn't stop there because Sergeant Scott decided to warn Brittany about her actions as well. Either it was a finger salute or a FU sign, it wasn't right at all. But Brittany's response to that was quite remarkable.
So here's the thing, regardless of what your history is with Officer Akers, your intense hate caused you to flick him off, and then you committed a traffic violation. Okay? And you just gone on about your day and not worried about flicking people off or anything like that, none of this would have happened.
I know, but
It just, oh, it did? No, I didn't. Let me get your signature on it. So, that's not pleading guilty. That just promises to take care of that ticket, okay?
I didn't.
None of it ever is good on those automated ones. Okay? So, here's the thing, right? Had you just gone on about your day, right?
However, instead of just letting Brittany go and teaching the officer a law lesson, the sergeant kept on talking to her and almost made her cry.
So your intense hatred is causing you to do other things that is drawing attention to you.
I understand what you're saying.
You need to move on with your life and move along, okay?
It's just like when something's so wrong. Because after years, and I've always, you know, and I've always,
But
and I never thought the situation ever could have happened in a million years. I never would have thought.
I'm not here to debate this situation with you. I watched the video. I know everything that occurred. Okay? I know about the court stuff, everything that occurred.
And it was
If
wrong.
Officer Akers had done anything wrong, he wouldn't be here right now.
That's
Right?
not true.
That's 100% true. It is. So, right? I get it. That's your First Amendment. If you want to flip people off, but what it did is it caused you to create a hazard into a traffic infraction right in front of an officer. Right? So, with your citation, we're all complete, so you're good to go whenever you want. But my advice is to move on, right? Because you clinging onto this is causing more problems. Right? It just did right now. Correct?
I understand that bad things would happen to me if I...
Brittany sobbingly replied to Sergeant Scott, but somehow this bad encounter ended with a citation. Luckily, she didn't have to be transported to jail just for carrying out his First Amendment right.
Right? You can choose to be defined by your past, or you can decide what you want your future to be. Right? But if you choose to be defined by what happened to you in the past, then you will always continue to be that person. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's regardless of what y'all's history is, you need to move along with, right? Got nothing more to say. Have a good day. Don't forget your phone's on top of your car.
If Sergeant Scott didn't appear on the scene, would this encounter have ended this peacefully? The sergeant saved the woman from arrest, but you will be surprised to see how this next cop stood up to protect this man's rights.
I don't mean anybody no harm. I don't have my gun on me. My gun's in the car. Huh?
Can I ask you what your intentions are?
My intentions is, I just want, again, I don't see these every day, so I stopped to take pictures.
With him taking pictures, it's not a problem.
On January 15th, 2020, investigator David Gear was filming outside Odell Oil Company in Belton, South Carolina. He stayed away from the trespassing area and only filmed the place from the outside, even though there were signs saying no trespassing or filming. However, this day of exploring was about to take a swift turn.
The whole facility, well, both of them really. Get some information on them. I'm sorry, brother, I can't hear you. A whole lot of information, honestly. A whole lot of it.
We need to know what you're going for.
Say what?
We can't just give out our information.
Oh, no. I didn't have any questions about it towards y'all. I can kind of find out what I need out this way. Who are you?
I'm an operator here.
Operator here, what's your name?
So that's irrelevant.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Cav, your name?
That's irrelevant also.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, inside the fence is.
Yeah, what you need pictures for?
You said what I need pictures for? Well, I can't say it right now because it's not published. But you can call the people, that's fine. Okay. I'll be along the way somewhere. I'll be along the road somewhere. I didn't drive. I'm a step ahead of everybody.
2 people from that oil company had some serious issues from Mr. Gear recording on public property. They didn't even bother to introduce themselves, but started warning him not to film here. David was nice enough to respond to them politely.
I'll be along here somewhere. I'm not leaving. I'm just walking. I promise I'll be in the area. And when they come out, can y'all come back out, please? Thank you. So he didn't want to give his name. But we're here. And they say it's private property, but that is a public utility right here and there. But they're gonna call the police. So we're gonna hang out until they call them and see how this goes.
Mr. Gear smartly stated a South Carolina law, saying trespassing only applies within fenced area. The 2 men, however, decided to call someone on David, and the way this man treated him was shocking.
Send somebody out here to talk to me, all right? Because that's about to start raining. I wonder if he's gonna get out the vehicle. It's finna start raining, which is the crazy part. So I'm actually going to get soaking wet. But I'm in Belton, South Carolina at the oil company on a road here, 33 feet from the center line of the road. I have their property line in my phone, and there are public utilities all right here. Some are in their property, some are right here, which is outside of the fence, and their trespassing signs are on the fence, which is beyond me. It's very beyond me. All right, brother, how you doing? Just filming, and I'm trying to figure out why they're following me around here, and I can't figure it out.
Well, kind of somebody suspicious.
Well, that's fine. But you know, you're allowed to take my picture also. That's totally fine. Now, whether or not you can get it, that's between you and your camera. But that guy here has been following me around, and then you came out here to take my picture. If you turn your phone the other way, you get a better picture. Turn it sideways. No, turn your phone sideways. That's right. I can't. But I'm trying to figure out why y'all are following me. It's like nobody here understands the rights that I have granted to me under the First Amendment. That's what's crazy. You know, this is all public property right here.
Yeah, no, this is state property.
Which is public. State property is tax funded, which makes it public.
What are you trying to do?
So my tax dollars, your tax dollars pay for it.
I mean, it's suspicious and it's recorded going in, so.
I mean, that's fine. And again, I told the people over here to call the police, that's fine. I don't mind talking to them. But you see that public utility right there? If I want to walk all the way to that pole and record this property, I can, because the city put that there.
Okay.
So that city property is, I don't mean anybody no harm. I don't have my gun on me. My gun's in the car. Huh?
Can I ask you what your intentions are?
My intentions is, I just want, again, I don't see these every day, so I stopped to take pictures of all these big oil wells here, because I don't see them every day. But it's like people are freaking out about it over a camera.
Well, it's kind of a touchy.
But y'all have cameras all over y'all facility.
Oh, we do.
So how is my camera any different than your camera? I have no problem with that. I'd be more than glad to talk to him.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you.
Mr. Gear claimed that he was on public property, and GIS data supported this too. In South Carolina, the government can control areas in different ways. Utility poles on government land don't always mean public property, but the oil company employees decided to call the cops on him.
Public easement here, and I was taking pictures this way, that way, and back here, and they freaked out. They completely freaked out about it, and they was like, well, I'm gonna call the police. I said, that's fine. I don't mind talking, because there's no crime being committed here. They freaked the hell out. These guys here. That guy right there. Hey, come over here, buddy. Yeah, you. Come here, please. I just need you to inform him of the First Amendment, that I'm allowed to record here in public, and I can be on my way. That's all I need from you, Officer Parker. Yeah. Can you please just inform him of my rights through the First Amendment, and I'm on my way. I'm sure y'all have been prompt on it, because we sued Anderson a long time ago. I don't mean any hurt, harm, or danger by it, but these guys here completely freaked the hell out, and I don't know why. I just need him to be informed of my First Amendment right, and I can be on my way. I'm gonna come across the road, because I got to get it on film that you told him for my protection.
Deputy Parker calmly listened to what Mr. Gear had to say. She understood all the First Amendment rights Mr. Gear had at that time, and decided to teach some of those to the people working there.
I told you I was coming back, buddy. I ain't want to be rude. I just want you to be informed and hear from someone else that I'm completely allowed to do what I'm doing.
So, with him taking pictures, it's not a problem. Okay. If he goes on the property, kind of get a story.
We're just on at the terminal. We're on high alert anyway, so we're just making sure. Can you ask him to put video of me?
I'm allowed to. I tried to tell you that so we can be cordial the first time you saw me.
I'm trying to be cordial with you earlier.
And I was cordial.
You told us not to worry about what you're doing.
No, I told you that I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. It's all on camera. I can run it back.
Run it back, baby.
It's all on camera. You'll see it on YouTube later, I promise. I'm allowed to do what I do. That's all it is. And I wanted her to come tell you because I didn't want you to think I was being a jerk about it. It's completely legal. And y'all have to understand that while in public, you can be filmed. There's no expectation of privacy at all, buddy. At all.
What can we do? I mean,
Build a brick wall.
If he goes behind the gate, we can put him on trespass from there. But as far as him being out here taking pictures, video, and I can't really do it.
Can't do anything about it. I tried to tell you that, but y'all wasted resources.
Deputy Parker claimed that Mr. Gear's filming likely falls under First Amendment protection. She educated the oil company on trespassing laws and showed commitment to the First Amendment.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, sir. How about you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm David, by the way.
Hey, David.
Thank you.
Nice hat, man.
It is. That's why I'm out here, actually. I'm about to go jump on my bike. I just tried to help these two gentlemen out here. And they didn't want to understand me, so they called this sweet officer out here and wasted resources when they could have asked me the same question. And I gave them the same answer, but they didn't want to listen to me. So now they're on the internet looking like fools because I tried to tell them. And those weren't my intentions. I tried to walk away, but then I saw her pulling up, and I figured that they called and wasted her sweet time out here. Sorry you had to come out here, Officer Parker.
You're fine. Just do me a favor. Don't go behind the
Oh, I won't. And I told them I have their property line on my phone. I checked the GIS survey. As long as I'm well within public property, it's a public utility pole. There no trespassing prior notice starts on the other side of that fence. I have no plans of breaching their property at all. None.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming out. All right. It was a pleasure having you here. Fellas, I'm sorry about the misunderstanding.
This cop handled the situation brilliantly, but you'd be shocked to see the entitlement of this next off-duty cop.
Can I see your license, registration, proof of insurance? Okay. You got your ID? Department ID? And your driver's license. The reason why I'm stopping you is we got multiple reckless driving calls about you. Okay? And then when I'm following you, you're hitting the shoulder of the road. You been drinking? How many? Okay. Where are you reaching in the back for? I seen you reaching in the back. You have an open container back there? Okay, you been drinking on the way here?
The officers discovered that the person behind the wheel was 47-year-old Brian Filipiak, a lieutenant in Washtenaw County. The deputies tried to follow the protocol, but Brian appeared too entitled to it.
Brian, I'm going to have you step out of the car when I'll do field sobriety test for you. Okay? Where are you going to camp?
Huh?
Where are you going to camp?
Milwaukee, Michigan.
Where?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, Michigan? Where's that? Just around. It's Hillman right around the corner. Hawks?
Huh? No, past Hawks.
I have no clue where that's at. Never heard of it. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle. What would you like me to do?
The officer informed Brian about multiple 911 calls reporting his reckless driving and almost hitting vehicles. Also, the officer insisted he step out of the vehicle, explaining how his entitlement would not work now.
Just let me go.
I can't. I had multiple phone calls. You'd be in the same situation if I was in the vehicle in your county, correct?
I don't know. But
I've got multiple 911 calls about a reckless driver, plate and all matches, almost hitting vehicles. I get behind you. You hit the shoulder of the road twice.
All right, just let me stay here. Okay?
You can't. I'm going to ask you nicely to step out of this vehicle. Brian, my hands are tied. If I let you go, I'm going to lose my career over you. You don't think I wouldn't?
No.
This is northern Michigan.
Brian's entitlement at this point was alarming. The deputy tried his best to maintain respect and politeness, but it appeared that Brian was not deserving any of it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you nicely to step out of the vehicle. You know I have my job to do. You know that.
Yeah, I just want you.
And I understand your point, your position. Okay, I'm trying to be as cooperative and nice to you as I can.
The officer stressed that, as a lieutenant, Brian should understand the procedure and emphasized he couldn't let him go. At this point, he should have pulled him out of the car, but it was obvious that he received special treatment because of his position.
So, please step out of the vehicle for me. You know how this works.
I know.
Okay? So I'm asking you nicely.
I know you are, but just let me go.
I can't let you go. We're way past that point. You know this.
No, I don't.
You're a lieutenant. You know how this works.
Yeah, I do.
You would tell one of your deputies if they called you right on the side of the road,
No,
and they asked you what to do. So, if one of your deputies is in the position as I am right now, calling you as a lieutenant, Lieutenant, this is what I got. What should I do? You're just going to say let him go?
At this point, yes.
Why?
Why?
Just because. You're intoxicated. I know it. You've opened alcohol in the vehicle that you stabbed in the back. I know it. You know it. I'm not losing my career over you.
Brian still hoped that he could reach a deal with the deputy as he persisted with his ignorant demands.
Brian, we've already went past that point.
No,
you are. I'm being nice to you.
No.
Any other person you would have drug out of this vehicle, correct?
No.
That's refusing to step out of this vehicle.
No, not where I'm at.
Where you work, Washington County will not do that.
Yeah,
okay. So I think I'm being decent, not yanking you out of this vehicle yet.
No.
I don't want to yank you out of this vehicle.
No, just let me go.
I can't. We're done with that.
No. We can't.
No. My bosses already know.
That's fine.
That's not fine. Step out of this vehicle right now.
The officer's patience had started to wear thin, and it was only a matter of time before Brian was pulled out of the truck.
No, that's why I'm saying.
You wouldn't have stopped without me lighting you up.
Stopped for you.
You wouldn't have stopped.
I stopped for you.
Yes, you did. You wouldn't have. I didn't get behind you.
Oh my gosh. How would I would? Okay, just let me.
You know, intoxication.
Just let me stop over and call it, okay?
I can't.
Do me a favor.
I can't.
Oh my God.
I'm not losing my career over you.
And I'm not losing my career either, so.
So, you doing exactly what you're doing is not helping your career out.
No, it's not.
The officer expressed frustration in proceeding with the arrest despite Brian's objections. Brian, on the other hand, still thought that he was above the law.
No, just let me go over.
I can't. We're done. Out of this vehicle now. I'm getting done with you.
What's your name again?
Deputy Morrison.
Morrison.
Zach Morrison.
Just let me.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
You think I want to do this? Arrest a fellow cop?
Yes, I think you do.
Why?
I don't know.
I know this career. I know what you go through every day.
No, just let me go over.
Why do you think I want to arrest a cop? We're not above the law.
I don't know.
Okay.
The officer eventually threatened Brian with a taser, something he should have done pretty early because his drama just didn't seem to end.
Or I start yanking in you and get you out of here, and if you keep resisting, you're going to get a taser.
No, I'm not going to fight you. So I'm just telling you, I will pull over and we'll sleep in a car.
We're done with this.
No, I will. Just be a...
Clerk, out of this vehicle now.
Be
out of this vehicle now.
Don't touch
Brian,
me.
out of this vehicle now.
Don't touch me.
Let's step out.
No,
you know this. Out of this vehicle.
No.
Out of this vehicle. You are resisting an officer.
No,
you know
I'm
this.
Not. Just think about it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not losing my career over you. Out of this
I'm
vehicle.
not going to leave it either.
Quit
pulling
away.
I will go and pull over.
Despite being threatened, Brian refused to come out. Finally, the officer used force against him and managed to bring a stop to this painful altercation.
No.
We just have to. Out.
Brian, go. No, hold on, guys.
Brian.
One more time.
Step out of the vehicle.
No, one more time.
Step out of the vehicle.
You're going to get a taser.
No,
Step out of the vehicle.
Can we talk about it?
Step out of the vehicle.
17, step it up.
Can we talk about it? Guys.
Step out of the vehicle.
You're getting a taser. Back up. No. Taser right now if you don't get out. Out. Right now. Go to the front of my car.
However, the situation was still far from over, as Brian was still refusing to undergo a field sobriety test.
Can I just pull off?
No.
Come on.
You're gonna do field sobriety test for me.
No, just let me pull
Brian, we're done with this.
Hold on.
Talk to me. Yes or no? Are you doing field sobriety tests?
All right, so if this was the other situation, what would you do?
I'm in a horrible situation.
I know, just let me...
If I was drunk in your position, and you pulled me over, I'd feel horrible, but I'm not gonna resist.
I didn't resist.
We forcefully out to you out of this vehicle.
Trying to make a deal.
The drunk cop had absolutely lost it and considered himself way above the law. It's truly disheartening to witness a law enforcement officer acting in such a way.
Brian, are you doing
you have to.
No, are you doing field sobriety tests?
No, you have to.
Are you doing field sobriety tests for me?
I think he's on my side, but...
Well, it doesn't matter at this moment. Yes or no? Are you going to do a field sobriety test? Walk the line, one-legged stands, you know the routine.
No, stop. Just let me...
We're done.
No, just let me do it.
Okay. Yes or no? We're going to do field sobriety?
No, just let me... Oh my gosh.
I take that as a no.
I'm on your side.
You're on my side, then do the sobriety test.
No, I'm not on your side. If you're on my side, you'd let me just go.
Since he didn't agree to a field sobriety test, the deputy was left with no choice to make the arrest. However, once again, the corrupt cop resisted his action.
If you're not going to do field sobriety test, turn around, place your hands on your back, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
You are under arrest.
No, don't.
You are under arrest. Don't resist, Brian.
No,
come on.
Come on. Okay, stop.
You're
stop.
under. You're not
no,
going to.
I'm not resisting, but don't. Let's stop.
You're tensed up.
Let's talk about it. Okay.
We've talked.
No.
You're under arrest.
No.
Place your hands behind your back.
No.
Don't make it even worse.
No, I'm not. Let's talk about it. Let's just.
No. Stop. I don't want to put you on the ground.
No.
I don't want to make this worse.
All right, I will just sleep it off.
You're.
Dude.
Stop it right now. You know.
Stop tensing up, man.
Stop it. You wouldn't cooperate at any point of this.
What's that?
You why wouldn't you not cooperate?
Well, I tried.
Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
The officer proposed taking Brian to jail and obtaining a breathalyzer test. However, Brian proceeded to say something that would leave you stunned.
You know what happens. We're going to take you to the jail and ask for a data master. And if you refuse that, we're going to get a search warrant for your blood. Take you to the hospital and get blood.
Alright, so let's make a deal. Okay?
What kind of deal do you want to make?
A cop to a cop? That's what the deal's about.
A cop to a cop? Why are you putting me in that situation?
Why are you putting me in that situation?
I didn't drink.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't drive drunk.
The stop was still not over, as the officers even had to push Brian into the back of the car. This traffic stop was becoming increasingly embarrassing for the lieutenant with each passing minute.
I'm done.
No.
In my car. In my car. Get in there. Crawl in. I don't care. You're sitting down. You're sitting down in my car.
Let's talk about it, buddy.
Sit down and we'll talk.
No, we won't.
Okay, then sit down and we won't talk, regardless of anything. Sit down.
Have a seat.
Stop.
Have a seat. Watch your head. In my car.
No, stop. I'm not going to fight.
I just grab his shoulder and start pulling him. Brian, please don't kick me. That's all I'm going to ask.
No, I'm not.
Bring your foot in and sit upright.
Brian would still not sit tight in the back, and the officers made sure to give him one last push.
Why are you doing this to a fellow cop?
Why are you doing this to a fellow cop?
Why? Because I said I would go to the side of the road and sit.
Put your foot back in.
Right?
Put your foot
Did
back
I not agree to that?
Foot back in, leg back in. Now, please. Brian.
No, stop.
Stop it.
No, you stop. No, you stop. What are you doing?
Pull his shoulder back.
Brian was ultimately arrested and taken to the police station where his blood alcohol level was registered at 0.28, almost 3 times more than the legal limit of 0.08. He was charged with operating while intoxicated, but pleaded guilty to a lesser charge. He was immediately placed on administrative leave, and after an internal investigation, he was removed from his position of a lieutenant and was employed on a conditional basis, working with reduced compensation. Surprisingly, this is not the last time a police officer stood up to his fellow cop.
Far. Think about what you're saying, dude. They're federal law enforcement officers that actually know what they're talking about. You need to stay in your lane.
You really do, Spark.
On November 13, 2013, First Amendment Auditor Mr. Free visited the Northwest Mountain Regional Office in Washington to investigate claims of rude federal employees. What he observed during his audit will leave you questioning the professionalism of the staff. Soon after, a security officer confronted Mr. Free, questioning his presence and asserting that he couldn't be on federal property without an appointment.
No.
You're on federal property.
Okay.
What are you taking pictures of?
Are you
Did you buy the dumpster?
Yeah, I'm making contact right now. Excuse me?
Why are you worried about that?
Because I do security. This is all federal property. You can't be on federal property unless you have an appointment.
Towards the generators and probably going to try and catch
Excuse me?
him on this
How
side.
confident of that are you?
I'm pretty confident of that.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's having to shot it right now.
Willing to make you a bet on that?
Why are you on federal property?
Why would I explain that to you?
Because you're not supposed to be on federal property unless you have a reason to be on federal property.
The officer requested identification, but Mr. Free humorously claimed he didn't have any. When asked to leave federal property, Mr. Free politely declined. After his denial, he called FPF.
Or you have a proper identification.
Oh. So are you asking for my identification?
Yes, sir. Do you have any identification?
I don't.
That's fine.
My name's Gandalf.
That's fine. Then where did you park at, sir?
What's that?
Where did you park at?
I actually skydived in.
Really?
Did a halo jump. It's a little chilly up at 40,000.
It is pretty cold out
It
there.
is really cold up at 40,000.
Can I walk you off federal property? I'm not trying to be rude.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm going to politely decline that request.
I have to ask you to leave, otherwise
I totally understand you have to ask me. I'm sure that's probably in your policy manual or something.
It is.
I'm going to deny the request politely.
Mr. Free confidently bet that even if the authorities arrived, they would leave before he did.
I'm going to make a quick bet with you guys, though, that even if they do by some chance show up, that they'll leave before I do.
Oh, they would be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
They're en route. Yeah,
I'm gonna make a quick bet though. They're gonna leave before I do. Any takers?
I'm not a betting man.
Not a betting man?
No, I got too many kids to feed.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough. I can appreciate that. Oh, hey, that was fast. That was fast. Is there a PRO on site, by the way? Is there a PRO on site?
Mr. Free was approached by another officer, and surprisingly, both of them seemed to know each other quite well.
Well. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you,
What
man?
are you doing up here all the way
I
from
knew
Portland?
it was going to be you. How are you, man?
Good. How about you, 1523?
Pretty good.
Or do you just prefer Michael?
It doesn't matter.
Officer Michael told the security officer that Mr. Free should be granted access. Federal agencies need a specific process to close property, and since this one wasn't closed, the building was likely open to the public, meaning Mr. Free was within his rights to enter.
I don't know which one you're with. I mean, like I told you before, I'm not going to stop you from
Well, I know there's,
so.
honestly, I know I'm not going to get any problem with you, Michael, so I'm with Inland Auditing Media.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm Gandalf, by the way.
Carlos.
Yep.
No, we haven't dealt. I'm a dog handler, so I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Fair enough. How's 1414 doing?
He's good. Yeah.
He's a bit of a rigid man.
Yeah, but he's all right. He's all right.
No, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's good.
Did I catch him on a bad day?
No, I think you were his first minute auditor, and I was letting him take it at first.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
He's good. You know, you know what? I think it helped.
His words left a concerning question. Would this audit expose good practices or unveil another troubling discovery?
I think things like this help police just to be involved in something like this and get to know exactly what we're supposed to do and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, and in the long stream effect, or the downstream effect rather, is that there are many things. I don't know if you guys have.
Sun's getting me in the eyes.
Oh, sure, yeah, you bet. If you guys have seen the kind of journalism I practice, I mean, I get tips and leads all the time that actually do take me to places. One of the things I'm getting ready to do here is a FOIA, and I cannot tell you how many times now I've caught some sort of a bad practice, going on. And the good thing about catching those is, as we know, not all police officers, whether they're federal, state, county, city, they're not all bad. There's plenty of good police officers out there. The worst thing to you guys is a crappy police officer, right?
When he has to do a FOIA request, he was immediately told that he should have gone to the FAA website instead. That situation raised a big question on authoritative property accessibility.
So I need to see if I can get a PRO, or I can go through, it's fine, but I just need to get a FOIA document if I could.
That's fine. Yeah, we just need to see if we can get him what he needs.
Just go on the FAA website. You're not coming in.
Why not?
Just go on the FAA website.
How come I'm not coming in?
Because who are you here to see?
I'm here to do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Okay, who are you here to see them?
Whoever the PRO is.
Public relations
Well,
officer.
see, here's the problem.
As they searched for the public relations officer, they discovered their absence. Questions arose about who held the key to accessing the necessary information.
So we need to get him the information for the person that he needs to see. So let's look at who the public relations. So is there a public relations office here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but no.
But they're not here?
Correct.
All right.
Oh, there's only so like when someone comes in for an airplane license, you don't walk in. You make an appointment with FSDO.
Mm-hmm.
FSDO makes sure they're here, and they marry up and get their stuff. So if he wants to see the PAO, he makes an appointment. They know that they make it agree on a time. They both show up at the same time. Otherwise, everyone works from home.
Hey,
they're only here when
I'll change it up.
We need to get the information. Who's the name of the PIO?
Who's the PIO? Yeah.
So we need to
get him the information.
Well, there's Bill Meyer. I'm the security guy.
I need to get the PAO's information. Name and contact information.
And also, Far, I am going to come inside.
Mr. Free challenged the guard and insisted on being allowed inside the building. The tension increased as it became more unclear if he would be allowed to enter or denied completely.
I'm absolutely going through that.
Good for you.
So let's get that process on, okay?
No.
Why not? Are you denying me access to the building?
Who are you here to see?
I'm not going to tell you that. Are you denying me access to the building?
So, see, it's appointment only. It's escort only.
Far, I'm going to make this real clear to you. Are you going to deny me access or not?
What are you? Are you my dad?
Are you denying me access or not? You're the security
I'm not saying
person.
anything.
I'm
what
coming
I'm
into the
saying
building,
is,
or you're going to deny me. Which one are you doing?
You have to be escorted.
I'm
From
not
wherever
concerned
you
with
go
what the
past
rules
that-
are. What I'm concerned with is I'm going in my building. It's mine.
Yeah? Who's your escort?
I don't really care. You can find whoever you want. Find the janitor.
I'm not here to find an escort for you. You're
I'm not here
tell me
to
who
be
your
told that I can't come into my building. So either you're going to deny me access to my building or you're going to let me inside. You need to figure it out, Far. Are you going to process me or not?
Let me get this straight. You're telling me what I need to do?
The absence of identification added to the uncertainty surrounding the outcome of the encounter. When the officer asked for his identification, he denied it.
So are you going to prevent me from going in or not?
He needs to be processed in.
Perfect. Welcome to the FAA. Do you have a photo ID?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm not going to show you ID.
Perfect. Do you have any weapons or explosives?
No.
Mr. Free received assurances from a helpful staff member regarding access and information. He gave him a sticky notepad so he could provide all the required stuff.
It's going to be that this person is going to be able to give you the information you need. She and like one of the executive managers here.
Oh, okay.
I've dealt with her. She's very nice, so she'll be able to point you in the right direction for FAA, who the PAO is.
That's
and
awesome.
How to do a FOIA request.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and sign in for me.
information down, I'll give it to you.
You know what I'll do?
Yes. Put it on a sticky note for you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
All right, it's 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was just looking for that. Is that my badge?
Yes,
Okay.
write the number down as well.
Oh, sure.
Mr. Free seeks to bypass security officer Farr's attempts to restrict his movement within the lobby by gesturing towards him. Meanwhile, Officer Michael intervenes to notify Officer Farr.
Over there?
No, you're not.
Why?
This is a lobby.
Yeah, he can go over there.
No, he can't.
It's not unrestricted area. Will.
It is. It is a restricted area.
It's not restricted.
What says that it's restricted, Farr?
Show me a restricted sign. Show me an employees only sign.
Everywhere you go, you have to be escorted. Every visitor has to be escorted in this building.
In restricted space.
No, in all spaces.
Restricted spaces.
I'm telling you.
But
Hey, Farr.
it's not on you, Farr. It's not on you.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the FAA says it is escort only.
Okay. In space. Tenant space.
I'll have the president go in here. He can't even go back.
Hey, Farr, watch me. I'm going to walk over there.
You can go over there.
And you're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah,
Okay?
because you have these guys right.
It's time that Farr learned his lesson, and the officer made sure to side with the auditor, leaving the official embarrassed.
Oh, Farr, think about what you're saying, dude. They're federal law enforcement officers that actually know what they're talking about. You need to stay in your lane.
You really do, Farr.
You got it?
Point at me.
I will point at you. What are you going to do about it?
He can point all he wants, Farr. Dude. If I need to talk to Jerry, I will. But you gotta cut it out at this point, man. I'm telling you, right now, on a contract standpoint, you gotta stop. You gotta go to the loading dock, whatever you need to do. You need to go on a patrol, but you can't be here. Okay?
All right.
Officer Michael tells the officer to stop what he's doing and points him in a different direction. However, Mr. Free thanks those who are behind him and makes hints about what's coming next.
Are you an employer? Okay. My name is Steve.
I'm William.
Nice to meet you, William.
How are you?
Well, I mean, it's getting better. I don't know what is up with that security contractor, Farr. But
He's following his post orders.
he's what?
Following his post orders.
That's concerning.
You have a channel?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know Michael, one of the FAA, or I'm sorry, FPS, one of the FPS officers back there. Not like we're friends, but I mean, I know him from...
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance. We are definitely acquaintances.
Okay.
Yeah. Met him down in Portland. Really nice guy. Really great officer.
Got a lot of training.
He does. Carlos just met him today.
Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today, we saw cases where corrupt police officers were corrected by good ones. There's no doubt that there are plenty of bad law enforcement officers, and they have to be corrected by the good one. We can only hope that these cops learn their lesson and change their way. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.